I did my first deal in Hackney Downs, London, and I did my second deal in Peckham High Street, London, two of the most roughest parts of London. Since then, I've done £50 million worth of property deals. Fact. Let me tell you another important fact. It's not easy, and it's not been easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. People who tell you it's easy, they're lying. This has been a journey full of heartache, full of hard times. I've been at the very, very bottom of the barrel of where it hurts. Gut-wrenching times. These are some of the realities of property development, property investment that people don't tell you about. All of those £50 million worth of property deals were done without the bank. Were done without a single penny's worth of interest. So number one, you got to be willing to be different. Number two, you got to be willing to learn. You got to, like, people will tell you can't do it. You got to be able to bypass that and think in your mind that no, I will find a way of doing it, and then you just go and do it. Number three, you're going to get it wrong, and you got to accept up front that there's a fail-fast procedure in this, that failure is part of the process, and you've got to have resilience against failure, because failure can get you down, and you've got to get back up and go again. They say the biggest sell is passion, and passion you can't buy off someone. I'm passionate about Islamic finance. Someone said really interesting the other day that Islamic banking hasn't worked to date, but Islamic finance still continues. The quest of finding solutions for Islamic finance still continues. I'm passionate about doing property the Islamic way. I'm passionate about property, period. So I'll give you passion. I'll give you real heartfelt passion. Passion breeds passion. Passion sells. If I transfer passion to you and you go out and transcend passion, you're going to get people attracted to you and your mission. That's the first thing I'll give you. Second thing I'll give you is experience, real hard experience. I'll show you where deals originate from. I'll show you where funds originate from. I'll show you how to pull the two together and make it come alive. And then I'll show you where all the pain points are once you brought these two together, and there's a whole delivery spectrum, and where the pitfalls are in the delivery. And I'll tell you how to look out for those pitfalls and how to be lean and efficient to get the delivery right. I'll teach you daring philosophies like extreme efficiency. I'll teach you daring ideas like doubling your money in UK real estate. That's what I'll give you. Alhamdulillah, Allah gave me the ability to have profound life-changing impacts on the people that I've worked with. To give you a few examples, a close friend of mine who I'd lost contact with, a childhood friend, by the time we came into contact, I could see that he was a rough diamond who had achieved some really interesting things in life, but in the gap that we'd had between us, but has been really burnt in the process, to the point by the time I met him, he's already had a heart attack. He was massively overweight. He was bouncing from idea to the idea. This individual felt it was okay to sell pork, open a Chinese takeaway and sell pork for the rest of his days, bro. But I found some raw ingredients in this guy that I could work with, that I could mature, I could nurture, and I can evolve. And so this person was drowning in personal debt and had an asset, quite an interesting asset, and was on the brink of bankruptcy. So piece by piece, I started by working with him and reforming him and reforming his beliefs and his mindset. Over time, he was able to take ownership of his own health and his own life. And piece by piece, I worked on his business and turned that business around from on the brink of bankruptcy to thriving, profitable business by getting that same building into a deal with the local authority. Piece by piece, I was able to convince that person that interest-bearing contracts and selling pork is not a good idea, and he's now got that self-belief to be able to pay. Initially, it was convert his mortgage into an Islamic mortgage, and now he's got the self-belief to be able to pay bank off cash outright. And long gone are the days where he had the idea that selling pork was a good idea. So a few years ago, someone reached out to me on LinkedIn. I get a lot of approaches on LinkedIn, and he said he knew me because we trained as teachers at the same institute, but we were different cohorts. Anyway, he came to meet me, and it's like, "What'd you do, bro?" "I'm a teacher." "Okay, fine." And so I helped this individual uncover his superpower. Every one of us have individual superpowers. It's God-given. We're all individuals. We're all unique, and we all have unique DNA. We all have unique character traits, and we all stand on our own mountains worth of value. So I helped him unpick his own superpowers, and we identified that he's likely to be good at raising funds for real estate deals. This is a guy who's a teacher, teaching an estate skill. Within a year, I upskilled him to raise like £1 million. And this is someone who didn't have that belief in himself. I saw that in him, and I was able to develop him over time by giving him the tools required in fundraising and tools in self-belief to be able to make that transition. My main regret in this journey is that I didn't have enough mentors. And you know what? I can't even call it a regret. There's none out there. Till today, I have no mentors. I have no Islamic real estate developer that I can go to and take advice from. Fact. If you find me one, I'll take him. So what have I decided? I've decided to become that mentor, that very mentor myself. For the ummah, for the people who want to get into real estate development or real estate investing across the spectrum of real estate. Over the last 12, 13 years, I can say that I've probably implemented every strategy in the book, whether it's rent to rent, whether it's service accommodation, whether it's development, whether it's buy to let, whether it's marketing, whether it's construction related services. I've been there, and I've built those professional networks and experiences over time. And I've learnt by failing, as I've said previously. In terms of our course, I think it's unique. It's probably the only course of the like in the world. There is no other real estate course with an Islamic perspective around the world. If there are any, I'd love to know about them, and I would enroll myself to be able to learn on them. The day begins with me helping you unpick your unique superpowers. So we'll spend a good part of the morning where we will be able to extract the oil within you, the value within you. You'd be surprised how many people there are out there when they're asked the very basic question of what do you do? How many people who don't know how to answer that question and who don't know how to use that as an opportunity to be able to bring value and business opportunities for themselves. Once we spend quality of time to be able to articulate what your key core competencies are and what your superpowers are, we'll then relate that to the spectrum of real estate and your real estate strategy. So real estate is a minefield. We'll go over the minefield to begin with on the second part of the morning. We'll go over all the different aspects of real estate and where your superpowers might align to in the real estate spectrum. By the end of that session, by the end of the morning, you will know your superpowers and where it fits in the real estate spectrum, so that you will have a clear game plan going away by the end of the day that this is what I'm going to do in property. This is where I'm likely to succeed in property. Then we'll take a break with lunch and we'll pray Dhuhr together. And after lunch, we'll get straight into making a deal happen. The first fundamental of making a deal happen is you need money. We won't beat around the bush. We'll get directly to the point of what it takes to be able to raise capital to be able to do your deals. We'll talk about some of the pitfalls. We'll talk about the sciences of raising money, and we'll talk about real tangible ways of being able to get funding against your projects. We'll then connect that with deals. So I'll talk about the science of deal flow, how deals come about, where to find deals, where to find super deals. We'll talk about the 5 Ds of deals. We'll talk about recession, economic versus personal, and we'll talk about why personal recessions are going to give you better deals. We'll go online. If there's an opportunity, I'll do a live call with a landowner or a property owner to show you how to do a close. I'll show you how to do win-win, create win-win. You create win for the property owner, you create win for yourself, and you get a deal done. Once we've got to the end of that, you've now got money, you've now got a deal. You're going to have to deliver a construction program. It could be a small flat renovation, it could be a large development, wherever it be the case. That's a very sensitive part of the game. And honestly, My biggest pain point in real estate development, that delivery piece, that construction piece. Over time, I've assembled a team of tier 1 and world-class professionals, world-leading people in construction. I will get one of my professionals to do a session specifically on how you can deliver successful, the secrets of delivering a successful construction program. Then we'll end the day by allowing a little bit of time for you to immerse with the high caliber people who are going to be in that room, and they could be in that room from the first experience that we have from up and down the country, and as we evolve, I'm sure it's going to be up and down from around the world. That's the program. You got to sign up quick, because the last time we came out, and it was the first time, spaces went within like a couple of days, and this time I suspect it's going to go even faster. Do it quick. So why is this course not just any other course? Well, we've already covered the Islamic angle, but I'm not one of those people that want to sell Islam or use Islam as a hook to reel you in. Rather, there's real value to be part of the Properteers platform, and we deliberately call it a platform because not only are we a real estate development company, what you're seeing around me is a real company, is a real offices where we do real deals, but the platform is flexible to adapt for you, to make it work for you. Whether you want to plug in with us or whether you want to do DIY, we are like an agile and fast, rapidly growing platform where we will find ways to support you in your success. Whether you're just starting out, whether you want to plug in with one of our deals, whether you want to plug in as a deal maker, whether you want to plug in as a fundraiser, whether you want to plug in as the professional services delivery spectrum, whatever it may be, whether you need coaching, whether you need mentoring, we will find a way in 2024 to make it work for you.